So, what is Heartiness Approach?
Well, it's not a diet. It is a lifestyle change.
What do you eat?
I eat real food that I can gather, hunt, grow, pick, that's not man-made.
Gotcha.
What is Heartiness? What is Heartiness Approach?
Do you really want to know what it is?
I really want to know.
Well, it's also aging in place. So many people, everybody wants to age in place. Did you ever meet anybody who didn't, who wanted to go live in a home? Okay.
Well, it's Sunday afternoon, and you may see the sun drift in and out on our faces because that's what it does. We just got the news that it's going to be 111 in Oregon this week. Ask us how all excited we are about that.
Well, what's really exciting about that is this is the week we plan on processing our chickens outside. Can you imagine that? God, it's going to be hot.
We have got to figure this one out. So we will figure that one out tomorrow. But today we'd like to talk about what Heartiness Approach is and isn't. So we started at the beginning. Heartiness Approach is absolutely not a diet. We're in day 4 of our 30 days, which is the last 30 days of our 180 days. And if you remember, what is the name of our whole thing?
180? Mm-hmm. 180 degree lifestyle change in 180 days.
So it's a lifestyle change.
Now, 50 Shades of Green looked at, it was yesterday's blog, right?
2 days ago.
2 days ago, and said, this isn't a diet.
No, this is not a diet.
It's not.
We don't teach a diet. We teach what not to eat and what to eat. And we'll even get into how much protein you should have and how much carbs you should have to live a balance. So,
one of the things we've talked about also is unlearning. Much of what is provided.
Pry off your head, pull it all out, put the head back on.
Unlearn, get new information in there. There's a lot of literature out there, a lot of educated people, a lot of knowledgeable places are repeating the same lines without doing any thoughtful research or examination to know of the ineffectiveness, actually the detriment of many of the dietary encouragements that are going on.
So you'll hear more about that. This is our Sunday. We don't do a lot on Sunday. And just as a matter, so that you know, we're doing it on Sunday because we said we would do 180 days. When the 180 days is over, we will not be doing it on our Sunday anymore. So you'll have a few more Sundays, and then that's all. So, Jim, when I ask you what Heartiness Approach was when it dealt with the aging, why don't you go into that a little bit?
I'd love to, and hopefully I can do this with fun and not just be stern about it, because it's serious. And a reason, I know what makes me stern is I've lived close with and known many people who, totally against their desires, were finding themselves moving into a facility somewhere.
Now understand, we managed a brand new, gorgeous, we called it a dry dock cruise ship, gorgeous independent living community. And we had so much fun with the people that were there, and they become family.
Wonderful place. Wonderful place.
But I can also tell you that within a month, most of them had gained 20 pounds on the food that they were offered there, which is supposedly
now, some of them needed to gain 20 pounds, but most didn't.
Most didn't.
It was really, it hurt them.
So
to put on that.
We want to help people age in place, age where you're at. And that takes a lot of changing of our systems.
You've got to be healthy. You've got to be healthy, and that means what you're eating. You don't want the diseases that come with eating inappropriately. And our bodies will often put up with a lot of poor eating, but at some point it'll catch up with us.
So we heard something this week from one of the bloggers out there that said, well, I can't do this anymore because I'm old. And I'm like,
Well,
okay.
it's somebody who is actively homesteading now and finding that there are things that she really doesn't want to do longer. They're too hard, too demanding, and so she's
and
limiting.
I'm not saying that it's not going to get like that, but I am saying that we know some wonderful ladies in Colorado called the Four Country
Utah.
Gals. Oh my goodness, that is in Utah.
Yeah, we're paying attention to Justin in Colorado.
Yeah.
So we got Colorado on the brain. By the way, Justin, if you watch this, I hope you're safe taking that bus over all the mountains. If it were me, I would take my van. I would not take that bus over those
He's not
passes.
listening to you.
And Justin, I know you're not listening to me, but let me give you some fatherly advice. Those passes are demanding on vehicles.
You're talking to a raised and bred Colorado person.
Now, luckily, it sounds like, well, not
We
luckily.
are totally off subject.
We're way off subject, but I am so concerned about Justin and
Okay.
Rebecca and the kids.
I know.
I am.
I know you are.
Sincerely.
We wrote them a long little thing, so we'll see. Anyhow, wow. Deviation.
Getting her off track is a scary thing.
Wait a minute. You know what went off
And
track.
I did, but getting you don't even know how to get back on, do you?
Yes, I do.
Let's
Aging
see.
in place.
Oh, very
So
good.
one of the things we are doing is taking our homestead right now and taking some of the systems that we have had and changing them so that it's less work intensive, so that our muscles do stay good, our bodies stay good, our bones don't get broke, we don't break our sternum. It's starting to heal. Anyway, we feel passionate about it.
Yeah.
Well,
for instance, an example of what she's talking about, we are pasture raising our broiler chickens, which means at some point in the progression of where we have their pens sitting, they're going to get out of range of our hose. So the only way we can get water to them is to haul it in buckets. Well, it finally dawned on us, put the buckets in our hank, which is our trailer that we can pull by hand, or if we really want to do it, we can hook him up to our riding lawnmower, and we fill the buckets up there. We got lids that can fasten onto them because otherwise they splash out as they bump along. We can haul that out to the chickens. Even better is to get ourselves a tank that has wheels. We fill it full of water, and we just take a hose off of it and fill them up.
So
there's all kinds of adaptations.
wonderful.
That can be made.
And if you know of some, we want you to share them with us. Share what you know so that everyone can put in place. And I don't care if you're all these wonderful, sweet, young families doing it. Save your bodies now. Save time and energy now. And streamline your things.
You know, speaking of saving our body, and we're wanting to expand our garden. I love the Broad Fork, and it's great,
but it's work.
Not for getting our rocks up. We have so many. I can't even put the Broad Fork in the ground that we haven't dug up already, because there's so many rocks. I can get it down 3 inches. Some places maybe more.
So we are going to have to get a track.
I need to get something that can go deep enough, can pull those rocks up. We're still going to have to take them out by hand, but it's going to be less work than what we're doing right now.
Absolutely.
So we got to find a way to simplify that, because we have a lot to do, and it's taken us forever to do what we have done, and what we have left to do is 3 times what we've already accomplished. And we want it done.
Yeah.
Soon. So we've got to find a way that we can make it happen.
All right. So everyone stay cool this week. Oh my goodness. If we're on the West Coast, in the Northwest, and it's going to be 111, I don't even want to think about what it's going to be like for all of you people in Idaho coming through there. So find a pool to jump into. We're going to figure out how to stay cool. We do not have air conditioning. So, yeah, we're going to spend some time at the river, I'm thinking. Take the laptop down there and do that. So, have a wonderful day.
Remember, eat right, keep yourself healthy, exercise, find ways to age in place. Make a plan. Don't just think it's going to happen. Plan for it, prepare for it to where you can actually age in place.
So one more tiny little thing. the third part of our segment of eating right and exercising is keeping ourselves emotionally well. And I want you to, this week, find someone to share something with. I know that sounds vague, but friendships are so important. Find a fellow homesteader, even if it's somebody on the vlog. Find somebody.
Even if it's a neighbor who doesn't want to listen to you, just go ahead and share.
This is an blog after blog after blog this week was how overwhelmed we all are with the garden.
It's that time of year.
With everything. So in order to keep yourselves mentally well, get that family to the lake, get that family to the river, go and visit and relax a little bit, even if it's for an hour. When we all know we don't have that hour. But let's do it anyway.
Bye. What is Heartiness Approach?
Well, it's not a diet. What is Heartiness Approach?
Heartiness Approach is aging in place.
Well, Heartiness Approach is also a lifestyle change.
That's true. So that you can age in place.
Exactly.
We've seen so many people who developed a disease, and a lot of it was related to what they had eaten or not eaten. They became weak and they had a fall. They got an injury. They had something happen and they could no longer age in place.